There's no way, it's impossible. It's impossible for the bike to fall out of the rack now. Safe and secure. Speed bump. Rack is solid. But after we hit this last speed bump, we are going to go adjust the camera. The camera does not like the speed bumps. The bike is not moving and the bike rack is not moving. So the bike rack is solid. Anti-wobble device 100% works. Threaded bolt that's used to attach the bike rack to the receiver works. We're not doing any high speed runs because it's bumps that loosen and jostle and make the rack go nuts. So we're gonna go back and hit the speed bumps again. Yes, I'm back at it. My third cravat rack, the Mag Rack X2 Max. You don't see this rack wobble. You see this truck bouncing up and down, hitting me on the butt. Why? Beefy, super strong. No touch rack, zero touch. Can't touch this, bump, bump, bump. You don't want a rack touching your beautiful bike frame? This is a rack for you. Super strong, super beefy Mag Rack X2 Max from Cravat. Thank you, my friends. Thank you, my subscribers. And if you're not, boom, smash that subscribe, boom, smash that like, share my video, and tell your friends. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Robert G. Yes, it's cold in Maryland. It's in the 30s, but Cravat sent me their third rack. Yes, the other two racks, outstanding. My friends have them in the neighborhood. They're driving around hauling their bikes. This is their Mag Rack X2 Max Zero Touch. Thank you, Cravat, for sending me this rack. I asked for this rack. Why? because a competitor of Cravat said, would you review a very similar rack? And I looked at it and I was like, it's too much money. This rack, $100+ less than the competitor, and beefier, and sturdier, and better. And I'm gonna tell you all about it. Cravat Mag Rack X2 Max. This was I've had 4 bike racks. This was the easiest bike rack to put together. Took about 15-20 minutes. Company says 95% assembled when you get it. Yes, yes, yes. I'll drop some pictures in there. It was easy to put together. And fits in a 2-inch receiver. Has a locking bolt and an anti-wobble device. Outstanding design. There is no wobble. I'm going to give you a riding demonstration as well. This is their zero touch model. What does that mean? That means the arms on the end hold the wheels. No touching of your frame, no extra need for straps or anything else. This is super safe and secure and easy to do. It'll fit all different size bikes, up to 5-inch tire, step through, step over, it does not matter. Cradle for the front tire, automatic locking, push button to open. And it tilts. It tilts down and it tilts up. So it tilts up for travel and it'll tilt down if you need to get into your vehicle. And I also tilt down for loading, and I'm gonna show you that. And I'm gonna show you something else that's really incredible about this rack, and that is when it is all folded up and tilted up to your bed, you can still see your brake lights and turn signals. So one of the other great features and benefits of this rack, besides the zero touch, safety. Everybody will see exactly when you're stopping and where you're turning. When the rack is all closed up, handle locks right into place. And you can see it does not block your lights. That is a really, really incredible feature that I've not been able to take advantage of with other racks before. And to lower, simply lift up on the lever and it'll automatically lock into place. And if you want to lower it down, lift up on the lever, you can hold the arms and you can get into your tailgate or the back of your SUV or whatever vehicle this is on. This is also rated for RVs. So 2-inch receiver on RVs, trucks, cars, whatever. This rack is bulletproof. You can take it on RVs, which not all racks are able to do that. To raise the arm, you press in on the lever and you raise it right up. This side here is for the rear. You can lower it down and then automatically ratchets into place. Automatically will lock depending on the size of the bike. This is adjustable for your wheel. All you have to do is turn it and move it to another spot. So it all depends on the size of your frame and your bike. The side with the chock that moves, the wheel chock, that's for your front. Press the button, lift up, and that's where your front tire will go. And again, no tool needed to adjust this part. The chock can be moved. There's different holes. From underneath, you can remove the bolts and slide it to whatever position and lock it into place. If you want to adjust for different size bikes and wheels, simply hand loosen the lever. There's a washer on the bolt. And you just pull the bolt through the other side. And then you have the parts to use to adjust for whatever size you need. Start your bolt, put it in the little sleeve. You see you're going to be in the third hole. Put your washer back on. Then hand tighten the lever. I'm going to show you what I have found to be the easiest way for me to load on to this rack. And it took me about 10-15 minutes to get the settings right for this size bike. This is a 26x4 fat tire, and I adjusted the chock and I adjusted the tire bars on the arms so it would fit in there nice and snug. Now, press the button. That's for your front tire. Press the button. And that'll be for your rear tire, and you're going to hear it ratchet when we load it. Now, I'm going to use the handle and lower the rack to the ground. Just pull out and it drops down. We're going to put the front tire on first. Drops right down. Then we're going to put the rear one right on the rack. And then this is the one hand to hold the bike. And you can hear it ratchet. Now the bike's in there. Now we're just going to pick it up. We're going to make sure the front is tight. Now we're going to just pick up the bike and the rack at the same time. And it locks into place. And we're off. Oh, I got the Beatles on Sirius. Well, let's just go down this harder than we would normally would. So there is a hard fall off the curb that I would never normally do it that hard. And my stick took a bigger jump than the bike rack. This might be the death march of the Insta360 X4. Don't run out in front of me, squirrel. Let's go find some speed bumps. The camera's jumping all over the place, but the bike is not. Bike rack has a heavy-duty bolt that is ratcheted into the 2-inch receiver and the bike rack Then it has a lock on the end, and you'll get 2 keys from Cravat. And then there is an anti-wobble device. And I have an expensive motorcycle rack for my TOB that has an anti-wobble device. And the one on this Cravat rack is much nicer. Yeah, my camera's bouncing like there ain't no tomorrow, but the bike and the bike rack is not moving. Not at all. Oh, poor camera, we're gonna have to adjust it. Speed bump. Rack is solid. Rack is solid, rack is solid, rack is solid. After we hit this last speed bump, we are going to go adjust the camera. Speed bump alley again. This time we'll hit every one that's in my neighborhood. This one we're coming up to is the biggest one in the neighborhood. And let's see how the camera fares. Ooh, camera did better. And of course the bike is not wiggling and wobbling. And I told you before, I showed you how the wiggle and wobble of the bike, that bike will never fall out of that rack. That bike will never fall out of the rack. All right, let's hit this one a little hard. Sturdy, stable. Super simple to get it loaded up and locked into place. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Let's hit this one hard. Oh, that camera. I thought it was going to snap. But you see that the bike did not even move. Mag rack. Cravat. Zero touch. Yes, yes, yes. Nice, nice, nice. Up the curb. Boom. Hope you were able to see. I hope I was able to demonstrate that the rack is solid. The rack is stable. The rack does not weeble. The rack does not wobble. And the bike, camera's bebopping all over the place. The bike is good. Solid. Outstanding job, Cravat. There it is, my friends. The Cravat Mag Rack X2 Max. Zero touch. Easiest rack I've ever assembled. Super simple. 15, 20 minutes, boom, put together. Easy to adjust. And because it has so many positions for the wheel bar and the chock, it'll fit all different size bikes. And you saw on the 360, super strong, super stable. You saw me bouncing on it in the beginning, and you saw that my truck was bouncing like a crazy truck, and the rack, solid. No wiggles, no creaks, no groans, no wobble. And you saw me shake that bike front to back, side to side. That bike ain't going nowhere. So if you have a baby bike that you love that paint finish and you don't want anything to touch that paint finish, let alone blacktop, this is a great rack for safe, secure, stable travel. I hope you enjoyed this short video. If you want a Cravat rack, if you want this rack, if you want the Mag Rack X2 Max, click on the link in the description. Use my code Bruce10 and you will save some money. If you want any Cravat rack, use my code Bruce10 and you will save some money. And dozens upon dozens of you are using my link to buy Cravat racks. So thank you all for using my links. I appreciate it. Benefits the channel. The channel is me. What do I do with it? Homeless care bag, toys, puppies, charity, help people. Thank you all. Thank you all for being my friends, and thank you all for being my subscribers. And if you're not, boom, smash that subscribe. Boom, smash that like, share my video. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Robert G. And thank you, Cravat, for my third rack. I love it. No touch, zero touch. outstanding job. Bulletproof, solid, solid, solid. Cannot go wrong if you want a zero touch. $100+ cheaper than the competitors. Till next time, my friends. See ya! I love you all.